Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a collection update, or as I'm probably going to start calling them from now on, the Viking Raids, because, one, Viking is in my name. I like Vikings. I'm big in Vikings and Norse mythology. Vikings go out and, raid different places, so, this would be me going out raiding the different, music shops that I go to and, online distros, things like that, and I show you my plunder. It kind of made sense to me because I get tired of doing the usual, CD update, vinyl update, t-shirt update. I just figured, call it one thing, put it all under one banner. I got to show CDs, vinyls, tapes, what have you, doesn't matter. Plus, I wanted something different. I wanted to try something different. I floated the idea to both Count Blaggerith and Counterbeat, and they both agreed that it was a pretty cool name, so I'm going with it for now. This first couple that I got here, I actually got more vinyl than I do CDs this time around, which it does happen, but it doesn't happen very often. But these two right here are just complete black metal classics in my opinion, and if you're a black metal fan, you owe it to yourself to have these in your collection. I'm talking about Darkthrone with a Blaze in the Northern Sky and Transylvanian Hunger, and these are the 2-disc digibook reissues that just came out not long ago. And this right here is pretty much what sold me on getting these. That and the fact I would have a different version of this than the fucking digipack that I have. Because, everybody knows I hate digipacks. And, I don't mind digibooks or the A5s or anything like that. But, I really wanted to get these. I had been debating on it. And I finally pulled the trigger. And, really, this right here makes it worth buying again, because what you have is essentially, of course, the album on the first CD, and then in that second disc is the entire album again, but has commentary by the man himself, Fenriz, over the album, kind of explaining to you what was going on in the band at the time, talking about, the different riffs that were, what inspired them, how he came up with them, how he came up with the drum patterns, and plus, the guy's fucking hilarious. He, makes fun of himself throughout the whole thing, calls himself a drama queen, and it's like, just his commentary alone makes it worth owning these again. But yes, if you're a black metal fan, definitely pick these up. You have to have these in your collection. And the other CD that I got was a complete blind buy. It's Wolven Society with Conquer Divide EP. And knew nothing about this band when I saw it. And I, opened it up. And thought, okay, the artwork looks kind of cool, so checked out who was in the band, and we have Lord Ahriman from Dark Funeral, Kyle Sever from Incantation, Vincent Crowley of Acheron, and a couple other guys. And as soon as I saw that they were involved, I'm like, what, I'm buying it. It's cheap enough, and it's a decent enough death metal, EP. It's only 4 songs. The last track on here is a cover of Race War by Carnivore. But, overall, it's alright. This is the only thing that they've put out. The project is on hold, last I read. So, for what it's worth, it's cool to have. Now, onto the vinyl. And, if you couldn't already tell, I got this CD from Half Price Books. And these first 2 vinyl actually came from Half Price Books. And this first one, actually both of them I was surprised to see there. Even though the second one I'm going to show, I saw a guy have it in his hands one other time when I was in there, but I was surprised they got another copy. And this one here is what really surprised me. It was the very first one I saw when I walked in there, and I immediately grabbed it. It was like, yeah, that's going home with me. Wormrot with Dirge. Just fucking amazing grindcore. Standard black vinyl, though there were color variations I looked up when I got back home, and the black was limited to like 600 copies, and all the other ones were, 200 and 100. I think in total there was 1,000 copies, maybe more. But yeah, really cool to have that on vinyl. Though some asshat decided to put the price sticker on the actual sleeve of the vinyl, and I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, you know how hard that's going to be to get that off there without ripping the actual cover? Come on, use your head, people. And the other one that I got, like I said, I seen a guy one other time when I was in there, and he had this in his hand, I'm like, damn it. It's like, if I'd have known that was here, I would have picked that up. And I didn't expect him to get another copy. And this is my very first album on vinyl from Sigh. This is Insomnophobia. And it's a gatefold. And thought this was really cool. I wasn't expecting, I kind of figured it'd be a standard black vinyl, but it's actually a nice red vinyl. 2 LP set. And now that does not want to go back in there for some reason. Come on. Get back in your home. There you go. So yeah, really glad to have that. I'd love to get the early albums from Sigh on vinyl, though I don't know how readily available they are. I have to keep an eye out at different places, because I mostly buy my vinyl either from the Vinyl Rescue Project, which is where the rest of these come from, or, you know, every now and then I'll buy stuff from Hell's Headbangers and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if anybody actually has any other Sigh vinyl available. If anybody knows where I can find some Sigh on vinyl, let me know. As I said, the rest of these all come from the Vinyl Rescue Project, and this first one, I remember Count Blagger showed this in one of his updates many moons ago, and he pilfered this from his father's collection and put it into his own, and the way he described the music, I was just like, you know, that sounds like something I could get into, and I just kind of been keeping an eye out for it in different places, and I finally found it at the Vinyl Rescue Project, and it was $7.99. I couldn't pass it up. That's Outlaws with Ghost Riders. I mean, that cover is pretty awesome alone. I mean, I would have bought it anyway just for that cover. And of course, it's I'm guessing it's a promo, because there's a little cut in it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to giving this a listen. Because like I said, just from his description of it when he talked about it, I was like, I could probably get into that. And for $8, I couldn't pass it up. Next is a split between a band that I've heard before and one that I've never heard of. Well, actually, the name does sound familiar, but I've never heard any of their music. That's Interment and Brutally Deceased Glory Days Festering Years. Split release, I guess you could say. Put out on Dementia Records. And I checked it out when I got home on the archives, and I guess this is actually limited to like 500 copies, so really cool to have that. I was really surprised to see. I was just kind of flipping through the I section, and it just popped out at me. I was like, holy shit. And speaking of Darkthrone, I actually picked up another album on vinyl, and that is Circle the Wagons. All Hail Fenris. Yeah, Nocturnal Culto's cool too, but yeah, Fenris is the man. I really need to try to get the rest of their albums on vinyl. My problem is that when I go to these places, I'll start looking through bands that I'm really familiar with, and I probably already have all the CDs of. And then I try to think, okay, what do I need on vinyl? One of these days, I'm actually going to compile a list of stuff that I need from various bands on vinyl, just so I don't fuck up and rebuy stuff like I did with Catatonia and Dance with December Souls. Nothing like getting home to find out you spent money on an album you already had, but hey, collector in me says it's an extra copy in case something happens to the other. And he also had a bunch of Iced Earth in there, though the one album I really wanted, he did not have, though he said he was going to try to get it in for, the next time I come in there. And I went ahead and picked this one up, because it's also a really good album, in my opinion. I just fucking love the artwork. And that is The Dark Saga. Nice. Gatefold. Standard black vinyl. But the other draw for me for this, hopefully I can get all this in. There we go. Comes with this badass poster. Definitely going to get a frame for that. And somewhere down the line, I will do that. And hopefully by then I will also have found room to hang it, along with all the other ones that I've gotten framed and have nowhere to hang right now. But that's neither here nor there. Now, if I could get this to go back into its sleeve, that would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Next up is Opprobrium with Serpent Temptation. Not much to really say about this band here. I had one of their albums on vinyl, or not on vinyl. Obviously, it's right here on CD, and I knew that it and this one had gotten reissued by Relapse, and really surprised to see he had it in there. So I went ahead and picked it up. Sorry about the glare there. Pretty cool little cover. Yeah, like I said, not much to say about that one. And this next one was a complete blind buy, much like the Outlaws one was. But I really love the cover and the logo and everything. Just really struck me because, I obviously like skulls. But after that, I looked them up really briefly on my phone. They're on Prosthetic Records, is it? Yeah, Prosthetic Records. And they were listed as kind of a death metal, grindcore type band. And I was like, you know what? For $13, I'll try it. This is, I'm trying to see if it's Deathrite Revelation of Chaos. I mean, is that cover not badass or what? And like I said, for $13, it's worth taking a shot. I mean, it looks like it ought to be pretty good. And like I said, the whole skull motif really caught my attention. And the last one, and I'm really hoping that I didn't already own this as well, because after I got it and I was on my way home later on, the dad just kept to think, it's like, man, do I already have that? And that's the problem with having such a huge collection. Sometimes you go out and you'll buy something and come home and find out you already have it, or you'll hold off on buying something and then you'll realize when you get home, shit, I needed that. So, yeah, this is probably my favorite album from them. This is Hate Eternal, King of All Kings. First album I ever heard from this band, and loved the cover. And this whole album is just fucking amazing in my opinion. I'd love to get their debut, not only on vinyl, but I'd love to get it on the CD. But yeah, do love me some Hate Eternal. So yeah, that is going to do it for this particular raid or collection update, however you want to look at it. So let me know what you think of the new name. Like I said, I'm going to go with it for now because one, it just makes sense with my name and everything. And it's just something different. And, I get tired, like I said, of putting everything all under, different categories. Try to come up sometimes with funny names for, my updates. But yeah, now that I'm done blabbering, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening before I have to get up and go to work early in the morning. So, yeah. Till next time, thanks a lot for watching and subscribing, and stay brutal.